Assalamualaikum Miss Rozana. My name is KHAIRUNNISA SYAHIRAH binti M1BA JEFRI. My number ID student is 2024927091. Today, I will present my article critique. I chose the article Should Leaders Prioritize Conflict Mitigation or Conflict Resolution by Anna Shields. Now, I will explain the summary of the article. The author emphasized conflict mitigation can reduce the severity of conflict to make it less painful before they become worse. The factors that can contribute to the conflicts are increased intergenerational tensions, technological shift like artificial intelligence, and decline in emotional intelligence. Leaders or managers need to give priority to mitigation methods such as emotional intelligence. The author also stated that leaders should prioritize mitigation before resolution because it can help to reduce the cost that is related to the conflict. Other than that, when conflict is handled well, it can contribute innovation, improve process, increase collaboration, and build stronger relationship, which creates a positive environment at the workplace. According to the article, managers play a critical role in fostering a culture when constructive conflict is normalized and managed well. Now, I will explain the critical analysis and the point that I agree from the article that I chose. Firstly, is conflict mitigation is good strategy to use. I agree that Anna Shields mentioned conflict mitigation can reduce the severity of conflict to make it less painful before they become worse. It is useful for the manager or leader to use when having a conflict. Based on research from global context, according to the JEFRI 2021, the author emphasized that leaders should create a safe and healthy environment, provide training on early recognition and de-escalation of aggressive behavior, and promote zero tolerance from bullying. These actions can prevent conflict mitigation and are more sustainable than applied conflict resolution after issues occur. Secondly is emotional intelligence. Anna Shields has stated increasing conflict at work includes a decline in emotional intelligence. This means that managers must have emotional intelligence to mitigate the conflict to handle employees' emotions. Based on research from the global context, according to the Aston et al. 2025, the author repeatedly highlights emotional intelligence as a leadership tool to manage tension between departments. According to the article, the conflict happened between the emergency department and inpatient staff because patients in ED could not move to inpatient wards due to a lack of available beds. This can make the ED staff emotionally exhausted. The author states that leaders with the higher emotional intelligence engage in constructive conflict management, improving collaboration even under stressful conditions such as overcrowding and staff burnout. Thirdly is conflict handled well can build a stronger relationships. Anna Shields has stated that when conflict is handled well, it can foster innovation, improve process, increase collaboration, and build stronger relationship. This means that manager needs to create a positive environment so that when conflict is solved well, it can make managers and employees to communicate openly when having any conflict because they feel comfortable. Based on research from global context, according to the Chernytsky et al. 2024, cross-functional collaboration through open communication, shared goals, and trust reduce competition and enhance mutual understanding between departments. This article notes that competition for resources and weak communication are primary triggers of conflict between marketing and sales team. Lastly, managers need to change their mindset to mitigate conflict rather than conflict resolution. I reviewed the article by Anna Shields. I agree that conflict mitigation is more useful to prevent the conflict. The managers need to set in their mind that use conflict mitigation is because it can reduce the conflict. Based on research from global context, according to the Chernytsky et al. 2024, senior managers should avoid using a rigid one-size-fits-all approach when managing the conflicts. An example from the article is that conflicts between marketing, sales, and are complex because they involve different personalities and others. If managers are used with a fixed opinions or bias, it can make the conflict become worse. It also mentioned that senior managers should open-minded view the conflict and adapt their approach rather than relying on the standard method. Now, I will explain the recommendations and suggestions. Firstly is utilize SCARF model. According to the Friedman 2019, the SCARF model stands for status, certainty, autonomy, relatedness, and fairness. This model is framework developed by David Rock. The model is when people feel threatened in any of these 5 areas, which can trigger the brain's defensive avoidance response, which can turn into conflict. According to the article, the author applied this model to real nursing to show how leaders can reduce the conflict among them. However, it can help the manager understand the social drivers of conflict and develop targeted interventions to address the issue. Secondly is conflict management climate. According to the Blomberg, Einassen and Rosander 2024, conflict management climate is defined as the collective perception within an organization that interpersonal conflict and tension are managed promptly, fairly, and effectively. It can make the employees believe that the manager organization has the ability to handle the conflict. When the manager uses this concept, it can help the manager to prevent the severity of conflict mitigation. The manager can create an environment that supports early, fair, and effective conflict resolution. Last recommendations is coaching for conflict mitigation. According to the PP at al. 2023, this effective strategy for conflict mitigation because it can help to develop the interpersonal and leadership skills that prevent conflicts such as poor communication lead to conflict. According to the article, the content of the coaching sessions to build habits of effective listening, communication, and enable individuals to manage tension before it escalates. So, from this recommendation, it can suggest the manager or organization to provide this coaching session. It will enhance the skills on communication and the process of collaborations. That's all from me. Thank you.